Hello, this is Dr. Omahani Khan. Today, I want to speak about a very sensitive topic because we recently witnessed a heartbreaking incident that has left all of us deeply shaken. My younger brother had a very close friend named Sarthak, 25 years of age. They had been together since school, grew up together, and remained inseparable. Both of them became engineers, secured highly respectable jobs in reputed companies, and were earning excellent salaries. By every conventional standard, they had made it in life. One night, at around 2 a.m., my brother received a phone call from Sarthak's mother. With panic in her voice, she said, "Sarthak's phone is switched off. After a small disagreement at home, he left the house, and now he isn't answering any calls." Immediately, all of his friends woke up and started tracking his phone. They located him at a hotel where he often stayed. They rushed there and spoke to the receptionist. The receptionist calmly told them, "He is alone in his room and appears to be asleep." Believing he simply needed some space, they decided not to disturb him. They planned to return a few hours later in the morning and sit with him, understand his problems, and support him. But sometimes, a mother's intuition senses what no technology can. Unable to calm her heart, Sarthak's mother requested their neighbors to go to the hotel immediately. When they reached his room, the door was locked from inside. Despite repeated knocking, there was no response. Finally, they broke open the door. What they saw inside changed countless lives forever. They found Sarthak hanging from the ceiling fan. One decision. One moment. And an entire family was shattered beyond repair. Friends were crying and numb. Parents collapsed. Neighbors stood speechless. No one could believe that the cheerful young man they knew was gone forever. Later, the reason came to light. He had accumulated a debt of approximately 15 Indian rupees lakhs. Ironically, this was not an impossible amount for someone with his earning capacity. He was working in a prestigious company, earning a handsome income. His marriage was also approaching. He was young, successful, intelligent, tall, good-looking, and had what many people would call a promising future. Yet none of those achievements could protect him from the silent battle taking place inside his mind. During his cremation, his father repeatedly cried, "It was such a small amount. You should have told me. I would have sold my land to repay every single rupee. Why didn't you tell me?" Those words continue to echo in my mind. The real tragedy was not the debt. The real tragedy was that he never felt emotionally safe enough to tell anyone about it. Not his parents. Not his friends. Not even those who loved him the most. We often ask ourselves, did we truly succeed as parents, family members, or friends if our child believed that a temporary financial problem was bigger than life itself? If he had shared this burden with even one friend, I have no doubt that all of them would have stood together and found a solution. Money can be arranged. Loans can be repaid. Careers can be rebuilt. But a life can never be brought back. His friends later reflected on something they had ignored for years. They said, "He was always quiet. Everyone else would talk. He would smile. He would laugh. He would sit with everyone. But deep inside, he carried his struggles alone." Just that very evening, they had all met. They shared tea together. He smiled, spoke normally, and nothing appeared unusual. No one imagined that within a few hours, he would quietly leave home and never return alive. This incident raises an important question for every parent. Are we raising children with fear or with emotional safety? Do our children feel that they can come to us without being judged, insulted, or humiliated? Or do they fear our anger more than they trust our love? Please raise your children with kindness. Speak respectfully at home. Avoid abusive or humiliating language. Do not compare them constantly with others. Become the one person they can approach without fear. Because the day a child begins hiding pain instead of sharing it, that silence becomes far more dangerous than the problem itself. As a doctor, I believe that psychologically, suicide is rarely caused by a single event. It is usually the final outcome of prolonged emotional isolation, hopelessness, and the belief that one has become a burden or that there is no way out. When a person loses the ability to imagine a future beyond today's pain, the mind begins to see death as an escape rather than a tragedy. Many people who appear cheerful, successful, and high-functioning are silently carrying unbearable emotional burdens. They do not always need advice first, they need emotional safety. They need someone who can listen without judgment, criticism, or immediate solutions. Let us build homes where vulnerability is welcomed, not punished. Let us build friendships where silence is noticed before it becomes permanent. And let us remind every person we love that no problem is ever greater than a human life, and asking for help is never a sign of weakness, it is one of the greatest acts of courage.
और चीजें जमा करने में हम अपनी फैमिली बर्बाद न करें। आज बड़ा मसला ये भी ना, करियर 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 करियर, बीवी करियर, शौहर करियर, बच्चे करियर, कोई किसी का नहीं, मरे तो मालूम भी नहीं पड़ रहा घरों में। हाँ, तो हम चीजों के पीछे इतने दीवाने हो गए कि हम अपनी जिंदगियों का सुकून खराब कर दिया, हमने फैमिली तबाह कर दी, हमने रिलेशनशिप्स खराब कर दी, हम इंसान की बजाय मशीन बन गए, और उससे हमारी जिंदगी में सक्सेस नहीं आया, फेलियर ही आया। जापान में सबसे ज्यादा सुसाइड रेट कितना बड़ा वहां पे मसला है, बल्कि रिसेंट न्यूज में ये कि बूढ़े माँ बाप को कत्ल कर रहे औलाद। क्यों? ये कौन संभालते बैठेगा इसको? कौन संभालते बैठेगा इनको? मार डाल रहे माँ बाप को। ये इंसानियत है? जानवर नहीं है। तो क्या है ये कि इंसान अपनी इंसानियत खो दे सक्सेस के लिए, और फिर बाद में जिंदगी भर वहां पे एक बड़ा मसला है। वहां पे ओवरवर्क की वजह से बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है। आप देखते होंगे सब चीजें, तो आपको मालूम भी होगा चीज। इंसान कामयाब हो लेकिन अंदर से फेल ना हो, बाहर कामयाब अंदर फेलियर है। बाहर कामयाब हो अंदर भी कामयाब हो। तो अपने सुकून के लिए भी आदमी देखे कि कहीं मेरी कामयाबी मुझको मेरे सुकून को छीन तो नहीं रही है, ये छोटी चीज मिलकर मेरी बड़ी चीज को तो नहीं रही है। तो आप ये याद रखें, अल्लाह से अपने ताल्लुक को सही करें, अपनी जिंदगी में दीन को लाएं और दुनिया में कामयाब हों। ये डबल कामयाबी है कि दुनिया की भी कामयाबी और आखिरत की भी कामयाबी, बहुत बड़ी कामयाबी है। अल्लाह रब्बुल आलमीन हम सबके बैठने को कबूल फरमाए और इस जिंदगी को बेहतर तौर पर गुजारने की तौफीक दे। एक ही जिंदगी मिली है, सेकंड अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है। हम लोग इस प्लेनेट पे वापस नहीं आने वाले। कितनी बड़ी अजीब चीज है ना, मैं वापस नहीं आने वाला हूँ। हमेशा मैं गया तो मतलब गया, खलास, वापस नहीं। एक ही बार आया हूं मैं, दूसरा मौका नहीं। तो कुछ करके जाएं, अच्छा, कुछ मुसीबत ना करें, अच्छा करके जाएं, कुछ करके जाएं, अच्छी जिंदगी जी के जाएं और अपने अतराफ जितने लोग हैं उनको इंस्पायर करके जाएं, उनको अच्छा बना के जाएं कि मैं कितनी जिंदगी को टच कर सकता हूँ, उनको बेहतर बना सकता हूँ। माँ बाप को खुश रखे, बीवी के साथ अच्छा जिए, औलाद की तरबियत अच्छी की, पड़ोसी के साथ अच्छा रहे, अजनबियों को भी कुछ ना कुछ दुख में बैठा है तो रोते बैठा उसके पास जाके क्या हो भाई तेरे को क्या तकलीफ है, अरे चल होता है जिंदगी में, चल आगे बढ़। आप नहीं कर सकते। ये इतनी खुशी देगा आपको कि बिलियन और मिलियन भी नहीं देंगे जब आप देखोगे कि आपके जरिए से किसी कोई दुख खुशी में बदल गया, कोई तकलीफ राहत में बदल गई, कोई इंसान अच्छी जिंदगी जीने वाला बना, कोई बिछड़ा हुआ अल्लाह से दूर जाने वाला अल्लाह की तरफ चलने वाला बना और अच्छा जीने वाला बना। तो ये असल जिंदगी है, ये असल जिंदगी है। आमाल अच्छा जीना कामयाबी है। अच्छा कमाना और चीजें जमाना नहीं, बल्कि अच्छा जीना ही कामयाबी। ये जिसको समझ में आ गया वो अंदर से सुखी है, अंदर से सुखी है। नहीं तो बाहर से सब कुछ है और अंदर से दुखी है। अल्लाह ताला हम सबको समझता फरमाए।